So boys, Ludo here with the hotfix for the current patch 12.0.1. Pretty long patch notes. I've checked a few specs, like 2 or 3 specs, and the rest I haven't, so let's go through it. I'm a little bit tired, haven't slept in over 20 hours, so I might, if I make some mistake, don't get mad. So let's get going. What do we have here? The following spells are prioritized on raid frames and always sorted near beginning of track spell. This is mostly for healers. Very good change. I mean, that should be the base UI anyway. By the way, and on the last patch note, I've noticed some guys were commenting on some PV stuff, but I'm a PvP player, so if some changes are not if I don't understand them for PvE, I don't play it. So this is mostly PvP. So let's get going with the Death Knight. And what do I want to see nerfed first or buffed? Well, the biggest outliner honestly is Mistweaver. Crazy. I've been playing it a lot recently. It's so good. It's like above everything else. It's so good. Now, what needs a buff? Press Evoker, Resto Shaman, Assassination Rogue, Outlaw Rogue, Frost DK, Warriors, stuff like that. Elemental Shaman, stuff like that. Okay. And let's see what they did. So recent bug fixes and tuning adjustment caused diseases to deal more damage than intended. We're rebalancing their output to keep the build viable while also blah blah blah. Okay. So we're getting some nerfs on the plagues, on the dots, right? Which I'm guessing by their wording that it's gonna be like there was a bug that was causing it to do more damage than it should, right? So I'm guessing it's gonna be equal, right? It's just offsetting the bug. I'm guessing that, because I mean it would be crazy because we just had like last week huge nerfs to Unholy Decay, right? So I don't know. I'm guessing it's equal, the bug and the nerf is on the equal. Hoping for that, because they're Magus of the Dead, Shadowbolt and Frostbolt damage increased by 20%. Good. Now this seems like a pure PvE change. No one is going this in PvP. Let's be real. But it's a significant nerf. This is a big nerf. 8% to 4%. That's a 50% nerf. 3 stacks instead of 5. That's a decent nerf too. Now let's see PvP specific changes. Death Knight. Frost PvP buffed by 8%. Very nice. Very nice. Now will it be enough? Probably not to get it into A tier or higher, but it's gonna be, it could cement it definitely into B tier, high B tier maybe. Okay, but I don't think it's enough yet for A or higher. Like if it's so maybe 50%, that would be, that's a juicy number. So I think we could have rounded up this to 10% easily and see where we are at after that. Now Unholy 10% in PvP combat, I think is fair. I wouldn't go higher than that because I mean, they were super strong before, right? So let's start with the 10 and see where we are at, and if they need more, then we can add 5 by 5 or 10, right? But I think this is a good change for DK. I like it. Now this again, I'm saying they're saying some bugs were going on. I mean, if they're nerfing it again, it's crazy, right? Okay, Demon Hunter. Devourer all ability damage reduced by 4%. Fair. They are still very strong. Even after the one-shot build nerf, I'm doing the non-one-shot build now, and it's pretty damn strong. It does a lot of damage. Okay, some bug fixes. So not much. 4% very fair. It's very strong. Devourer is still very strong. Okay. Havoc all ability damage increased by 5%. Also very good, very fair. Havoc is not performing great right now. It's a balanced spec, but nothing crazy, right? It's just okay. It's average, I would say. It needs some juicy damage. So let's see what we have here in the PvP. Devourer all damage increased by 8%. Void Ray damage increased by 20%. I think this is a little bit crazy. I mean, they're pretty damn good. Like they're pretty good, damn good. I wouldn't be doing this. They're gonna be, they could be S tier again now, because that build is very strong. You'll see, like it's the consistent damage is very strong. So I don't know. I think this is a big mistake. They're very strong. Druid, all ability damage increased by 3%. Okay, not crazy, but you know, they had decent buffs last patch and they were already pretty damn strong. So 3% I think completely not needed. Now, Feral, all ability and auto attack damage increased by 3% as well. Like, if booming was 0 and then we added this 3% to this 3% and made it 6, okay. 3% is just not enough for Feral. Let's be real, it's not enough. It's not enough, okay? Not enough. Guardian, some fixes, whatever. Restoration, Sunfire damage increased by 35%, Moonfire 30% increase. Moonfire mana cost reduced by 33%. This is good. Star Surge damage by 40% increased. So all of the Rat and Starfire at 25% increased, and all damage is increased by 1% per level, resulting in 15% overall damage increase at 90% at level 90. Interesting change. So 15% overall buff, and on top of that, all of these. I mean, Resto will be doing some very nice damage with mana reduced, and I mean, you want, so with Resto you want to spam a lot of offensive abilities, Star Surges, right? Rats, you're getting your mana back. So we'll see more offensive builds on Resto. I like it. I like it. Let's see Druid here. Druid all fair by 6%. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 3% there and 6% here. Okay, let's see. I think this is a good step. Let's see where we are at now with Feral. I think this will put it into a high B tier definitely. Now, will it be enough for A tier? I don't know. Time will tell. But this is good change. And 3% there as well. I like it. Good. Good, good, good. That's what we want to see. Now, was this needed? I don't think so. Okay, let's see Evoker. Devastation fixed an issue causing disintegrate damage to be much lower than intended, increasing... The hell? Okay. All damage reduced by 4%. Honestly, I haven't played much Devastation yet. So... But it's doing decent damage. It's really doing decent damage, and you know, I think it's balanced. No need for nerfs or buffs, to be honest, on Devastation, in my opinion. Flame Shepherd, no one's playing that in PvP. It's kind of a meme build. Preservation, now I played a lot of Preservation recently, and it needs help. Like, it needs help. All healing increased by 6%, good. But I didn't have much problems with healing. The mana was problem for me. The mana was problem. All damage is increased by 1%. Okay, that it wasn't doing enough damage. That's true. Temporal artificial reduced the cooldown of rewind by 60. Was 120 seconds. Okay, so this is a nerf. Rewind reverses 30% of the damage taken in the last 5 seconds. Was 33%. Does not affect BP. Okay, fixed an issue. Whatever. Emerald Blossom mana cost reduced by 20%, good. This is what I see. Reversion mana cost reduced 22%, good. Fire Breath mana cost reduced by 30%. Okay. Again, not the greatest abilities for cooldown mana reduction. I wish we've seen this on more abilities. I mean, Fire Breath you use often. Emerald Blossom not that much. Reversion, yeah, sure. But we needed some more mana reduction, more abilities, I mean. I don't think this is enough. Okay, let's see what we have here. Augmentation, all damage increased by 15%. Okay, I mean... hopefully this will not be enough to get some cheesy one-shots again. I mean, that's kind of annoying, I ain't gonna lie. Emerald Communion PP talent can now be cast while Evoker is affected by Fear and Confuse. So obviously, that should be the case, definitely. So this is more of a bug fix in my opinion than a buff. But okay. Okay, Hunter. Corrected an issue where a concussive shot was not available. Yeah, we are missing a lot of abilities in cooldown manager, so. Beast Mastery. Dark Ranger, Dark Hound attack power reduced by 25%. Beast Mastery getting more nerfs. I think BM doesn't need any more nerfs, honestly. It's not that good anymore. I mean, it's okay, it's solid, but it's not nerf worthy, in my opinion, okay? War area damage reduced is a PvE change. Windrunner Queer no longer benefits focused aim twice. Oh, okay. Well, that's cheese. Focus aim now reduces aim shot cooldown by 2 seconds was 1 second. Okay, this is good. Very good. Probably offsetting this. Trick shot effectiveness reduced to 60% was 75%. Doesn't matter in PvP. Rapid fire's cooldown is reduced to 16 seconds was 20 seconds. Ooh, this is very nice. But rapid fire is kind of tickling, so you know. True shot now improves aim shot's cooldown rate by 40% was 60. Why are we getting this? This is an ugly nerf. This is an ugly nerf. Bulletstorm now increases aim shot damage by 1% per stack instead of 2%. This is not good. Like, aim shot realistically was the only damage Marksman was doing. Like, rapid fire does no damage. Aim shot was doing solid damage. I ain't gonna lie. Aim shot was doing solid damage, but the cast time is just too long. Okay? The cast time is just too long. And now seeing this, and this is kind of a 10% flat nerf. So, not good. I mean, sure, but I'm hoping we're gonna see some buffs in the PvP section then, you know. Sentinel, Lunar Storm now deals reduced damage beyond the PvE, okay. Sentinel can't miss, won't miss, now increases true shot duration, but 2 seconds is a force. Like, 2 seconds? Come on, who cares about 2 seconds? This is a bad change, I don't like it. Survival, all damage dealt reduced by 4%, fair. Survival needs a nerf to damage. Strike is 1 damage reduced by 10%, whatever. Boomstick, damage reduced by 10%, fair. It needs, like, it's doing way too much damage. This is a good change. Bear together now increases rapid strike and pet damage by 5%, was 15%. Ooh, okay, that's a big nerf, actually. That's a big nerf. Wyvern damage now grants 10% increased damage, was 15%, okay. War area damage, PvE again. Lunar Storm now, again, PvE, okay. So, survival fair. I'm fine with this. We can keep survival like this now. This is fair. We don't need to nerf it anymore. Marksman, I think this is bad. Like, let's see what we have in PvP first. Okay. Nothing. We don't have anything. So, bad changes for Marksman. And unnecessary for BM. Good for survival. Good for survival. And let's keep it that way. Okay, let's see Mage. Fix an issue, 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 fix an issue. Whatever. Can pulse cost time reduced to 1. Oh, okay. Sure, but whatever. Spell Slinger Splinter Ceiling damage bonus reduced to 25%. Oh, this is actually big. Okay, this is big. This is not big, but this is big. This is huge. This is a huge nerf. I'm afraid Arcane won't be above B tier after this. Like, this is big. Like, last time they nerfed Sun Fury a lot, but Spellslinger is getting hammered. Arcane Splinter reduced by 50%. Signature spell now increases Arcane Blast damage by 15% instead of 25%. Polish Focus now increases barrage damage by 15% instead of 25%. Huge nerfs to Arcane, huge. Now, was it needed? Yeah, a little bit. But this much? 50% on this? Maybe we should start like with, you know, 25% nerf. Not 50 on the first hotfix. I don't know. Fix an issue. Okay, Frost. We're moving damage out of baseline Frost into the hero talents to give us more precise control over each hero talent's performance. Okay. Shard damage reduced by 10%. Blur's damage reduced by 10%. Frostbolt damage by 10%. Frozen Orb by 20%. Winter's End damage by 75%. Withersend is providing too much benefit to specific builds and playstyles, so we are significantly reducing its power. Okay. Flash Please Burn glacial damage reduced to 15%, almost 25%. Frostfire is getting on top of this, all these nerfs too. So this is increasing shatter and blizzard damage. I mean, blizzard damage doesn't matter. Shatter will help a little bit, but just 5% buff. Crossfire bolt damage increased by 10%. Okay. Let's see Spell Slinger. Increases shatter damage by 20% was 10%. Okay, so they're trying to equalize them. That's what I mean with this. Signature spell now increases Frostbolt and blizzard damage by 25 instead of 15%. Spell Slinger orbs damage increased to 40% from 25. Yeah, so they're just trying to equalize them. Now, I haven't played Frost Mage, only Fire and Arcane just a little bit, but Frost I haven't, so I don't know how strong really it is, but I'm just guessing it's gonna be close to equal, more close to equal now. Ugh, my god. Mage, all damage reduced by 5% in PvP. Fireball damage from Arcane Phoenix reduced 58%? Okay, like if we did this was not needed, okay? You know, I don't think these 5% were needed if we did this huge one. Yeah, it's from Phoenix, true. It doesn't cast often. It's only in burst. So why do we need to reduce the damage outside of the burst as well? I don't see the point, honestly. But whatever. Okay, let's see the monk. Fixed an issue. Mortal wounds. Oh, this is bad. Okay, nothing special. Okay, so let's say Mistweaver. All damage increased by 1% per level. That's a solid buff. Dagger Palm reduced by 31%. Blackout Kick reduced by 32%. Rising Sun Kick reduced by 32%. 32, 32, 32, 30. Okay. So let's say this will offset these nerfs. Hopefully. Let's hope it's gonna offset these nerfs. So the only, but it's probably not gonna be, I mean, it says 1% per level, there's 90 levels. So how do they calculate this? I mean, by some logic it's gonna be 90%, but it's not 90% increase because they said 15% overall on the Restro Druid, which had the same wording, right? So if this is only 15% and not 90%, then this is obviously a nerf. But if it's 90%, then this is offsetting it, obviously, right? But I don't know why they didn't say anything here at the end, like on Restro Druid. So who knows what they're doing behind the scene here? How is this like additive? Is it multiplicative? We don't know that yet. This will be known, I guess, in the once we're 90, right? So let's not comment too much on that. Now, this is an obvious nerf. And this is an obvious nerf to fist weaving. All of this, right? Obviously. All of this is nerf to fist weaving. So even if this is offset, this offsets these, this is a nerf to it, to the healing of the fist weaver, right? So is it enough to kill it? Probably not. But I think the build I just made a guide about, the channeling build, will be better now than the Fist Weaver. Okay? That's what I think. Windwalker, all damage decreased by 10%. That's not needed. Okay, in my opinion. Rising Sun Kick damage decreased by 20%, does not affect PvP. Glory of the Dawn decreased by 50%. Spinning Kick increased by 30%. I like this Spinning Kick build, so I'm up for this. But 50% here, 10% overall. Fist of Fury increased by 40%. Now, I'm not a big fan when we are putting a lot of damage in Fist of Fury, to be honest. I would prefer it to have in the Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, so you can, you know, weave abilities and not just channel the. I mean, I think that's. You have more skill expression if the actual damage is in Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Spinning Crit. Like you're rotating your 7 abilities, you know. Just. I don't like when the build is in Fist of Fury damage, okay? I don't like that. Russian Wind Kick's activation rate increased to 60%, this is good, and no longer has a cooldown, this is very good. Touch of the Tiger increases target pulse damage by 50% instead of 15. Okay. I mean, I didn't like that talent, so now it could be pretty good. I mean, pretty good. Conduits invoke Zuen now copies 4% of your damage instead of 8. Well, I ain't gonna lie, boys, I'm a Shadowpan enthusiast, so I don't mind the nerf on the Conduit. Conduit of the Celestial Conduit damage decreased by 20%, okay. Now let's see some Shadowpan buff. 1 versus many increases Fist of Fury damage by 60% instead of 20, so we're getting some insane buffs to Shadowpan. Okay. Not too bad. I like it. Let's see PvP changes. Mistweaver. Mistline now increases the healing of renewing mist by 200% instead of 500%. Okay, I mean, 500% was really a lot, and I think this is fair. Sphere of Hope can no longer be dispelled from friendly targets. This is a buff, so good. Is this enough to, by the way, is this enough to nerf Mistweaver? No. No. Still S tier. No questions. Paladin. So, is like the changes are okay, not great. Like we need some more nerfs on the Mistweaver. Okay. Windwalker changes, even though it's buffing the Shadowpan, which is my hero talent I like more. I don't like the changes. I don't like them. Okay, Paladin. Again, bug fixes. So many bug fixes, huh? So many bug fixes. Divine Storm damage increased by 12%. No one is clicking that in PvP anyway. Templar Divine Hammer damage increased by 30%. Okay. Always good to have some extra damage, right? Herald of Sun fix an issue that caused Divine Toll to grant Divine Purpose. Okay. Imperial Legacy now casts Lights of Dawn at 30% effectiveness instead of 125%. Ooh. Even though it gets 2 stacks. This is a juicy nerf. And I'm gonna be honest, when I played Holy Paladin, I didn't use this. But now I'm 100% not gonna use this. Because, I mean, most people were using this, but I was never using this, and I'm never gonna use this. No. Beacon of the Savior Absorb amount increased by 25%. Okay, that's a... Like, Holy Paladin is probably the second best healer, so getting nerfs is fine, okay? Okay. All damage increased by 1%, resulting in a 58% overall damage increase. Yo. Oh, okay, we're getting some judgment, because this is for the Lightsmith insane, right? This is insane for the Lightsmith. Judgment damage reduced by 37%, okay. Consecration damage reduced by 37%, okay. Shield of the Righteous, okay. Crusader Strike, okay. Avenging Crusader heals for the 8% of the damage done instead of 100%. These changes should result in net neutral change for judgment. Okay, so that's what I thought. Slight buff for Shield of... Oh, so it's a buff. And a larger buff for Holy Shock and Hammer of Wrath. Interesting. So... pretty slight nerf to the Holy, I would say. Pretty slight. Still A tier. Strong A tier. Okay? Not much going with the retribution here, guys. Nothing changing. Let's see PvP. Is this PvP? It is PvP. Lightsmith Holy Bulwark now absorbs 10% of the health instead of 15, and 1% of the health was 2% instead of 2% every 2 seconds in PvP. I mean, okay. It's a nerf. It's not nothing to cry about, you know. Still A tier. Priest. Discipline. All damage is increased by 1%, resulting in 32%. Ooh, this is very nice for Void Weaver, but honestly even for Orca. Total heals for 35% of the damage done was 45%. So, but you'll be doing more damage, so no big deal, right? Total heals for 50% of the damage done in PvP combat. Ooh. Ooh. Void Weaver. Void Blast damage increased by 30%. No way. Are we seeing a comeback? Let's see what PvP wants to say. Torment healing increased by 44%. Is Void Weaver back? Back on the menu? It is definitely. Like, it was really bad. Like, it was really bad. It was like C tier. With this, I'm seeing it back in A. I mean, this is huge. This is big. And this, Void Weaver is back. Okay, let's see Holy Priest. I love Holy Priest. All damage is increased by 1%, resulting in 58% damage increase. Guys, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Holy Priest damage, even though it's just spamming Smite and Holy Fire every few seconds, is very good. So this, like, surprisingly, in the patch before, I was doing more damage on the Holy Priest than on the Void Weaver. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. But that was the case. So, you know? Holy Fire damage decreased by 25%. Fair. It was really strong. Fix the bug. Blah, blah, blah. Fixed an issue causing ultimate Serenity to heal for less than 50% of the holy. Okay. Bug. Okay. Shadow. Void Form now increases damage done by 20% instead of 10. Good. Good. Shadow buff is fine. No big deal. Okay, so that's it for the priest. Let's see the rogue. Added stealth as an optional trackable buff. Okay, trickster. Unseen blade damage reduced by 5%. Okay, sure. It's gonna hurt Sub a little bit, but it should. It's too strong. Assassination. Rupture damage increased by 5%. Not enough. 5%. Come on. I think 20 at least. Fan of Knives damage increased by 25% PvE, sure, but even though you spam Fan of Knives in Cleave, but it's not gonna change your damage output, right? Caustic Spatter causes 18% of your nature damage to hit nearby enemies. Was 15, whatever. Mythic Plus, I guess, change. Trickster. Nimble Flurry effect reduced to 65% of the skill damage was 75%. Okay. Clever Combat crit chance for Shirk and Storm reduced to 15% was 20. So not big enough nerfs or sub in my opinion. But we're getting there. Rogue, what we have here. Is this PvP? Yeah. Now reduce the cooldown of blind by 50. Like, who's using this anyway? I mean, who thought of this change? So the dev just woke up one day and was, I don't like this talent. Like, what is this? Like, no one is even using this. I don't know. Assassination, all damage increased by 12%. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Is Assassination not gonna be trash anymore? Maybe. I mean, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. Assassination is maybe B tier. Maybe with this. But maybe not. Maybe still C tier. Okay, let's see Shaman. Shaman. I'm really interested in what Shaman has to say. Brewing with life now increases stamina by 18, 15 instead. Ooh, this is nice buff. This is a nice buff. Okay. Elemental Warding now reduces magic tank and damage by 8%. Was 6%. Another very defensive, good buffs. Nature Guardian now instantly heals Shaman for 40% of their max. Was 20. Yo, these are huge defensives. Huge defensives for all of the Shamans. All of the Shamans. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amazing. Earthquake damage, no one cares. Chain lightning damage, reduced, no one cares. Stormbringer Tempest now deals 40% additional damage to its primary target and 20% less damage to nearby targets. Okay. Very solid, very solid buff. Very solid buff. Fix an issue causing Tempest Overload to deal less damage. Okay. Fix an issue causing the Voltaic Blaze spell to be in the Nature School. Amazing, amazing. Fix an issue causing a Voltaic Blaze to not apply Flame Shock if the Shaman is crowd. Fix an... Unbelievable. Okay. Enhancement. Fix an issue causing Voltaic Blaze. Not a big deal on the enhancement. Restoration. All damage is now increased by... So 58% here as well. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So I'm guessing this will be the same for the Mistweaver, right? Lightning Bolt damage reduced by 5%. Fine. I mean, we're getting big buff. Like Lava Burst is doing very solid damage on the Resto Shaman. Very solid damage. It crits very juicy. Everything else does no damage, but Lava Burst does juicy damage. So this is going to be a good buff. Okay, this is not a nerf, this is a buff. Farseer, Ancestor, Lava Burst, and Chain Lightning damage reduced by... Ooh, okay. This is actually a solid nerf. Pretty solid nerf. Fix an issue causing a Master of Elements. Okay, issue. Right. Okay, so let's see Shaman. What do we have here? Elemental. Flames of Cauldron now reduces the cooldown Flame Shock at Voltaic Blaze by 3 seconds instead of 1.5. Hey, this was... this was exactly what I was telling them to do. This is amazing. This is very good. We need this on the Elemental Shaman. We need lower cooldown on the Flame Shock. Very good. Very good. And this could make, with the defensive buffs, Shaman playable. Tempest damage reduced by 35%. Is Tempest build dead? It could be. This is a big nerf. And what was the buff again? Elemental. 40% additional damage. Okay, I mean, it's fine. It's kind of... It's like a slight nerf. Because 40% buff is, you know, lower than the 40% nerf, right? So I would say in general it's a buff to Shaman. And I like it. I like it. Did we have some enhancement Shaman changes? We did. All damage increased by 5%. Beautiful, beautiful. Wind strike damage reduced by 50. Why? Why? So they want to reduce the burst in Ascendance, I guess. And buff the damage outside of it. But, you know, okay, why didn't you do 10% then? Why didn't you do 10% then? Torment Unification now discharges lightning spells at 35% effectiveness instead of 50%. Ugh, another nerf in Ascendance. Or Surge now increases surging total damage by 25% while Ascendance is active. Another Ascendance nerf. Okay, whatever. Warlock. Fixed an issue where Wither was not affected by Death's Embrace. Oh, hallelujah. Fixed an issue where Shared Fate would not be applied while Nightfall was used. Okay. So, but Affliction has more bugs. Demonology. Damage dealt by demons summoned by Dominion of Argus is decreased by 45%. Ooh, okay. Soul Harvester. I mean, guys, no one's playing Soul Harvester Demon Lock. I mean, few people are, but Diabolist is the play. Let's be real. Diabolist is the play. But after this, I don't know if anyone will be playing Soul Harvester anymore anyway, right? So come back to Diabolist if you're playing Soul Harvester. It's more fun, definitely. Destruction, Rain of Fire, no one cares. Immolate, damage increased by 15%. Okay. I mean, I'm guessing that counts for Wither as well. Plague rate, damage increased by 20%. Guys, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Destruction doesn't need buffs. Like, it's really strong. Demon Lock is strong, but Astral Lock is really strong. Zero damage increased by 20%. Okay. Ruination damage reduced by 35%. No one is playing Diabolist Destruction. Maybe PV players, I guess. Hellcaller, Black and Soul damage reduced by 30%. Like, yeah, I guess I can see that because it's doing more damage than the Affliction Lock. I mean, that's kind of, you know, makes no sense, right? Am I right? It makes no sense. Okay, Warrior. Let's see. I mean, we need some arms buffs, 100%. Overpowering finish bonus damage to our power reduced to 15% was 25. Like, are we getting nerfs again? Bonus damage to cleave reduced. No, who cares about cleave, bro? Who cares? Demolish AoE damage reduced by 20%. Like, no one cares. But like, Warrior is getting nerfs, but no one cares. It's AoE. Cut to the bone. Bonus damage to render deep wounds reduced. Like, he's still getting nerfed. This is crazy. This is crazy. Slayer. Fury. Rip the Storm chance to trigger reduced to 30%. Nerf again. Protection. Execute damage increased by 20%. Last patch it was nerfed to 20%, so they're just reverting it. Again, same nerfs like to the arms. This must be a joke. There's again nerfing warrior. This must be a joke. We're pissed. All damage increased by... Oh, this is only arms. All damage increased by 15%. Good, great, but not enough. We need a 25% buff. Slam damage reduced by 60%. Why? Why? I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot. 60% is insane. I think you guys don't realize how much is 60%. This is insane number. Like, slam is useless now. You can remove it from the bars. 60%? Literally just remove it from the bars. I mean, arms has enough buttons, I guess. No need for one extra. So this is it, guys, I guess. Pretty long hotfix, I guess. Am I happy with it? Hey, did I read the wrong one? No, I didn't, right? No way. No, I didn't. Okay. Good. It's the same. Okay. It's the same. Yeah. Okay. That would be a waste of time. Now, to sum it up, what is good? What is bad? The warrior is trash change per usual. I like the healer changes. I like the best changes out of all, I would say, are healer changes. Shaman is the step into right direction, but not good enough yet. Assassination, step into right direction. Pharaoh, step into the right direction. You know, few of them were stepping, like Frost DK and Holy DK. Good. Slowly getting there. Like, step by step, we will get there. But Warrior is a joke. Especially the slam nerf, honestly. That's so dumb. I don't see why. Whatever. Anyways, guys, I will be doing, after a few days of more play, I want to see how the patch is, how the patch sets in. So I was planning to do maybe a new tier list, since there was a lot of changes since my last tier list. So the last tier list before the midnight drops, since I've seen you guys enjoy tier lists. And I'll be doing Devourer guide on the new build as well, soon, in the few days, very soon. And that's it, I guess. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.